Welcome viewers, and I hope you enjoy joining us on a ride which takes in some of the best scenery in the Dolomites. Our route starts from the summit of the Campolongo Pass, drops to the popular town of Araba, ascends the Pordoi Pass, and then drops to the lovely town of Canazzi. Next is the ascent of the Fedaia Pass, which tops out at Lago Fedaia, a beautiful lake which lies beneath the highest summit in the Dolomites, the Marmolada. The other side of the Fedaia drops to Malga Chiapella and continues on a very long ascent back to Pieve, Belluno, back to Araba, and the final reascent to Passo Campolongo, a total of just over 45 miles, which packs in almost 7,000 feet of climbing. This day, the 18th of July, will forever be remembered for the sad and unexpected loss of my eldest brother. Chris was a hugely enthusiastic cyclist, and I've always been proud of him. I can only hope that he would thoroughly approve that I'd been out on my bike all day when he left us that evening. So let me share that ride.
Sound of the cowbells. And there's the top. Not far now. Just over 2,100 metres. That's Pisbo to the right. It's coming into the top of the Pordoi. Over there. Ooh. Well, here we are down in Canazzi, just about to go up the Fedaia Pass. About a 700 metre climb. Beautiful little village in the Dolomites. Having just dropped down from the Pordoi. It is 5 foot lithe with the usual pose, hand on hip. There's a classic somewhere in the archives with that pose, isn't there?
Yeah,
with some really
very different clothing.
With some really glamorous. You have to, if we can find the shot, here it is. So here we go, onto the Fedaia now. Beautiful smell of hay. Sign says 10k, 1500 metres here. There's about another 600 to climb. So let's get down to it. Turn 1. The angle's pretty good though at the moment. On about 4 or 5%, over 7 miles an hour. Just wheel suck light to the top and then power past in the last 100 metres. These long straights are tiring. And here we go. Fantastic view. Marmolada, which I climbed a few days ago. Really does look impressive today.
Here's an opportunity to show you the summit, which we reached a few days earlier, using the Via Ferrata up the west ridge to the highest summit, Punta Pena. We descended via the glacier. But let's get back to the wheels.
Just under 4k to go to the top now. The metal creaking in the heat. Whew. I think I'm creaking in the heat as well. Wow. It's hot today. Just at 9% on this slope here. Certainly gets steeper towards the top. Here we are. Top of the Fedaia. How does that go? How does that go for you?
Perfetto, perfetto.
And there's the Lake Fedaia. And then up to the Marmolada. And there's the machines that we did it on. A rather understated yellow. And blingy blue and grey.
Dave
It's
Williamson.
all about the bling with Sue.
Dave Williamson, the master of contradiction.
Well, the verdict's in,
The verdict's in. Best restaurant so far.
and that is the Refugio Castiglione Marmolada. And that's the Fedaia. Just magnificent this today. I say this morning, but it's this afternoon now. Back up to the Marmolada. You can see the remains of the bucket ski lift. Marmolada's just behind this centre lump.
We climbed this pass back in 2018 from the other direction in Caprile. It's a tough ascent due to the long straight stretch just before the final hairpins, which we are now about to descend.
Don't want to sit around and wait. Thin skin, I'm underwater. Is this really happening? You stay silent, you don't mind. Happiness or dollar signs to you. What about us?
I reckon you get the gist by now. After descending to what felt like the depths of the earth, we sailed straight past a road closure sign, shortly before the reascent back out of the depths of the earth. We lifted our bikes over the barrier, hoping that whoever was working beyond it would show us some mercy. Thankfully, they did, and we avoided a huge detour.
Very accommodating engineers today, letting us past. No wonder the road was quiet. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to film this because this just shows you how wonderfully quiet the Dolomite roads are. Ride where you want. Hardly a car in sight.
Strada chiuso.
Whatever that means, yeah, I'll agree with it.
Road closed.
Road closure on here, so we get the climb to ourselves. But at least until we get the junction at the top of here. But while it is, we're going to enjoy it.
Only 16 miles to go uphill.
Yep. Currently graded 4% here.
And it's really hot.
It is super, super hot. It is just baking.
I vow to always be fearless.
Mad dogs and Englishman life.
For days, weeks,
And women.
and years
It is Scotch.
to come.
Here's Leith, powering up the Campolongo climb.
Powering? I'm not sure I would class this as powering.
Anyway,
Knee preservation.
We're in the Knee Preservation Society. Well, we're still talking and smiling. It's not too bad. When you think it couldn't get any hotter, it does. This is just baking. But pretty much got the road to ourselves still. Hot today.
Talking. What a words when there's no end.
Costa del Salajay.
Oh hey, do you ever think about me?
What was this little place? Cycling back to Araba now. Levelled off a bit along this section. Marmolada still on our left side. I was thinking it could be about 30 degrees. The crickets are singing away. A few downhill sections to come, so should help us out a bit now. Still going.
I vow to always be fearless and forward for days, weeks and years to come.
Halfway up an 18-mile climb. Grazie. Buongiorno. Kevin, grazie.
Big drink of cola. Cheers.
Cheers.
Sometimes it's gotta take time.
Marmolada.
Back to Araba. Just past the
Sometimes it's gotta take time.
temperature there. It said 34. And I believe it. It's hot. Woo. Hottest day we've had.
Final climb of the route back to Campolongo, but we didn't film the final baking hot climb, so here's some footage of the same climb from our first day here when we completed the Sella Ronda. The heat built up into a magnificent storm later that evening. From here on in, whenever there is a storm, I'll think of Chris.
Dreamer, come back.